Hello guys, this is Pat, and this is a tutorial about how you can create a bomb explosion basically from scratch. And before I did this video, I had a look on YouTube. I didn't find any satisfying tutorial. That's why I decided to do that, and I'm gonna show you that in a second. So first thing, let's hear it. So basically, what I've used for this sound effects was Massive from Native Instrument. I've used Massive to create two. I think the very start of the sound effects. I'll show you that in a second, and then I've used some samples from Gravity. Which is a library, a Kontakt library. Then I've used some samples that I've got in my FX library, and then I'll show you in a second. And then I've used a reverb, which is the Pro R from FabFilter. So when you approach sound effects, you really want to understand what's the envelope of that sound. So in this case, the bomb explosion has a very hard attack and a very long decay and a very long release. So the first thing I did on Massive was to create that envelope, and starting from there. So there's an oscillator here with the Digicook 1 wave. There is an LFO, actually no, just an envelope, which is remoting the pitch of that wave. So what I've did here is to grab this envelope, which has a very short attack, quite a long decay, and quite a long release as well. I grabbed it and I put it here on the pitch setting of the oscillator. I increased the pitch of the sample. Doing that, basically this envelope will remote the pitch following the shape of the envelope. So it will start from 15 and it will go to -9. That's why you can hear this pitch decreasing. And there's a very there's quite a big reverb on it. Same thing, the reverb here, FX1, I've modulated it with an LFO, which allows me basically to start the reverb and increasing the size of the reverb slowly during the envelope of the sample. The reverb will be start like in a very small room, and with the time the bomb is exploding, it will spread out, like going everywhere. That's why I've modulated the reverb in this way, and you can really hear the result. Yeah, the more the time goes, the more the reverb increase in size. I added a noise generator with a tape setting, and I've added that sound to my synthwave, and the result is really nice. I will solo the noise generator. It's really cool because it creates that distortion that you really need for a bomb explosion. As well, I've inserted like a heart clipper here and a bit crush as well. So if I mute those, the result is quite different. So these two inserts are very impactful to achieve my sound. That's the clipper, and that's the big crash. Really cool. So yeah, it's very important to understand what's the envelope of your sound, and layering as well is the secret. Indeed, there's another massive session here. I'll solve that. Super cool. It's the same wave. Actually, it's the DigiCook 2, it's not 1. And there's another noise generator added to that wave. This time I've chosen the paper one because it's more granular. It's more there is more high frequencies on this noise wave. It's just really cool, and it fits perfectly the impact, the high section of my impact. And yeah, if I'll solo the noise generator, the first oscillator, it will sound like that. So I think the envelope, I mean this number 4, this envelope number 4 is the envelope of the wave. Rather than this, this number 1 is the envelope that I've used to modulate the pitch of the wave, which is slightly different from the other one. This starts from 1 until -22, so it goes very low. And so that was the oscillator. That's the noise wave, paper one. This tail that you hear is because I'm pushing the feedback, and so the sound has a very nice tail, and it really fits what I want to achieve here. As well, there's another modulation here for the color of the noise wave. So the more the time goes, the more this noise wave is gonna increase the tone of the sound. Plus there's a clipper as well here, and a bit crush as I did earlier with the other wave. And that's it. It sounds really cool together. It sounds like this. As well, there's a reverb here, very important to achieve our goal, because when there's a bomb explosion, the amount of reverb is massive, because the sound goes everywhere, and there's a lot of reflection, and the sounds last a lot of time. So an explosion has a very super long tail because of the reverb as well. So I've wet our synth with this reverb, and the size is really big. The tone of the reverb is quite dark because it's a bomb. And plus I put this chorus. I can't remember actually why I did that, but we can listen to the difference. So that's with the chorus. That's without the chorus. So yeah, it's cool because it makes my image a bit more stereo, a bit more realistic, and it's cool. So we got 2 channels, 2 layers of sound here, and it sounds like that. So the first one it's got this crispy tail, which it sounds not super realistic at the moment, but it will in a second. The second one instead, it sounds super impactful, and I really like it. It's going to be one of the most important layer of our sound effects. Cool. What I needed here then, it was like super dry impact, because right now it sounds cool, but we miss the attack of the impact, and something really boomy as well, really bassy and dry. That's why I grab Gravity, which is a Kontakt library that has a very nice impact sound. I've chosen, can't remember one, that's Gravity, probably, yeah, Impacts menu. I mean, all of them are really cool. I've added a bit the envelope as well of this impact, which is this one. The release originally was absolutely longer, and unison as well was to 0, but I really didn't need a tail from this sample. I just wanted to have the attack of this sample. That's why I've cut the release and I decreased the decay, and the attack is still there, so it's straight and it does what it does. It's really cool. As well, I put an EQ on this sample. Yeah, it looks really bad, but that's what I needed from this sound. So like a super boost on a very low frequency, and there's a big hole here on the mid. Then there's another one here which is quite low in the mix. Actually, we can, this is just a percussion, like still from another Kontakt library, which is Damage, really nice for orchestral stuff, or like Hans Zimmerish compositions. It's cool, but in this case I wanted to have a very attacky sample for my explosion, and it sounds bad alone because I've switched on the distortion on this one, and I drived it like extremely. It sounds like this. The release could be longer actually. Yeah, that's cool. Attack super short. The decay is quite long as well, super sustain and super release. So it's just another layer of impact. It needs to be extreme because it's an explosion. There's a compressor as well. I've sent these to the reverb, so it sounds like this. And with the first one, the first sample sounds like this. So pretty impactive, I have to say. And I was alright, but then I needed the third impact to achieve my goal, which really makes a difference because it sounds like a very far bomb. It's really nice. I love this sample. Yeah. I didn't touch too many stuff. Probably the release, it was shorter, and I make it longer. Same for the sustain and the decay. But what I did here is to switch on the distortion and to drive up the sample, and it sounds really cool. That's with the other two samples. This time I was trying to hear what I've got until now, and it was cool. It sounds like that. So yeah, we've got a very strong impact from our samples, and then the body and the tail of the sound and the release of the sound. It's quite natural. I like it, and it comes from our massive sessions because of the reverb, because of the envelopes that we used to modulate the pitch and to modulate our wave, basically. But still, I thought it sounds shorter than what I have in mind. because I was imagining like a super extreme bomb explosion. So yeah, it sounds cool, but still too short. It could be more extreme, because when we talk about an explosion, especially in a movie or in a video game, we want that like extreme, like super stupidly exaggerated. Okay, so I grabbed the fire sample from my library, and it sounds like this. It's really cool. I think it fits perfectly what I'm trying to achieve, because I want to make my release longer and a decay, basically. Actually, it's more a decay longer, and but still with something real going on. So not just a reverb tail, but more like something that is burning, or it's just still going on with the explosion. And this fire sample is just perfect for that, and it sounds like this when we hear all the channels. Nice. Yeah, that was perfect to reach a longer decay, and it sounds very natural. Last thing I did, it was to grab a section of this sample, revert it, and create this, let's call it a whoosh, to create a bit of suspense and to simulate, I don't know, maybe a bomb that is dropping from the sky. Yeah, and the last thing I did is to increase the amount of reverb after the bomb is dropped. So, because in my mind, a bomb, because it has very low frequencies, it takes time to spread out. That's why the reverb is quite low in the mix on the very start, and then tend to increase when the bomb is still releasing. Yeah, that was it. I hope actually that this tutorial will help you to achieve your explosion sound effects, and yeah, that's cool. If you like this tutorial, just let me know. I can do more. Please subscribe my channel. This is my very first video. Yeah, that's cool. Hope to see you soon, guys.